Hi! We're going to animate multiple layer properties for eye-catching movement. By animating multiple properties of a layer, we can create more complex and interesting movements. And we're going to animate our bird so it looks like it's flying into the scene and landing in the middle. Now, remember that we already have this file. You saved it in the past exercise. First, we must link the wing and tail layers to the bird body so they move together. In the timeline panel, the one that we have right here at the left, select the tail, left wing, right wing, layers. Now, in the parent and link column, remember that we use it like in two videos or three ago, drag the pig whip, this one, and release it where it says bird body. Remember that you just made the bird wings and tail child layers of the bird body parent layer. Any changes you make to the parent layer will also be applied to the child layer. Remember, papás and hijos? Important. You must assign child layers to a parent layer before making changes to the parent layer. Now that everything is moving together, let's add some wing movements as the bird flies into the scene. How do I know that they're all together? Well, for example, I can come here to the bird body. I'm going to change scale. I'm going to move it here so I can find out what's going on. I'm going to be sure that these are locked, and I'm going to change it. So you see that the bird body and the tail, everything is moving together, right? Now this is very important to realize that you need to have the constraint proportions, okay? I'm going to type down 100 because I want it to be like at the beginning. As I was saying, we're going to make a wing movement of the bird. We have to adjust the anchor point of the wings. Now I'm going to close this one. I'm going to select left wing. I'm going to the top menu, and we already used this one before. Remember that it's called Pan Behind tool. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to select the left wing. In case you don't see that it is already selected, what can you do? You can go to the top menu, select View, and then select Show Layers Control. And there you have it. I'm going to get closer. There are two ways of getting closer. If you're using a Mac, you can use the trackpad, or you can press period in your keyboard, okay? What are we going to do? We're going to drag the anchor point of the left wing layer and reposition it to where the wing and bird body connects. So it means that I'm going to select it here and I'm going to place it here. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the right wing because I wanted to rotate it from the body, okay? If you drag the rotation parameter of the wings, you're going to find out that it rotates like if the bird is flapping the wing. So how can I do that? I'm going to select the right wing. I'm going to press R. R is going to be for rotation. I'm going to move the angle just to show you how it's moving. Woohoo! I'm going to write down 0 again, and I'm going to do the same thing with the left wing. I can write down the number, or if I want to, I can select it and place it with the mouse and drag it, you see? Perfect. I'm going to write down again 0. Now, you can see that the rotation parameter is like selecting each layer, and don't forget to press R. These are shortcuts that are going to help you to do the animation. What we are doing is adjusting layers anchor points, and because it's essential for synchronizing multiple layers as part of a larger animation that probably you're going to do for an assignment. Now that the wings are moving correctly, let's make them swoop up as the bird flies into the scene. So what are we going to do? I'm going to move this probably to 1.12 frames. We're going to select both layers. We're going to select left and right because I want them to look like more natural. I'm going to have the rotation option already open. In case you close it, remember to press R. This is going to reveal the rotation properties, and then click the stopwatch to add a keyframe. We have done this before, so I'm going to do it here. And you're going to find out that you have the keyframes. Now we're going to move the current time indicator to the start of the wing layers. Remember that they are already colored in red. So I'm going to come here. And because the wings are rotating in opposite directions, you have to select the left wing and change its rotation value to -50, and then select the right wing and change its rotation value to 50 because they are opposites, okay? So I'm going to select this one. Remember that you are here. I'm going to write down -50, enter. And here I'm going to write down 50, enter. Okay, now what we are doing is like adding more complexity to the bird's motion in the next steps. Now we will animate the bird's flight path into the scene. You want to see what we have done? Okay, I'm going to press the space bar. Woo! They're going up. Now, as we're going to animate a bird's flight, we need to press B. Okay, once we press B, we're going to activate the selection tool. We're going to select the bird body, this one, the one that we have right here. I'm going to place the current time here at the beginning. I have to be sure that I have this layer open, and I'm going to move it just where I placed the keyframes. They're going to be right here when the wings are already in the position. Now I'm going to press P to reveal the position property and then click its stopwatch to add a keyframe to this point. Remember that each time you click it, you add a keyframe. You have to move the current time indicator to the beginning of the layer. This means it goes right here. And what else are we going to do? We're going to take a look in the composition panel and click on the birds itself and drag it near the bottom left of the circular position. Remember that what are we going to do is to move the entire body. Let's see if it's moving. Perfect. Oh, I'm too far away. I'm going to move it right here. It's really outside, right? Now you just created the bird's flight path with the basic position animation. Look in the composition panel and tell me if you see it, like there's this dot line that connects the start and the end keyframes of the layer's position, right? You have this dot line. And this is the layer's motion path, and in the next step we're going to see how we can use it to create more realistic motion. We just created a straight motion because it comes like from here to here. And we don't want that for the bird to move along, so we're going to make the bird flights more realistic or interesting, and we're going to adjust the motion path so that the bird flies in an arc, probably, or in another shape or path that you desire. In the timeline panel, you have to click on the second position keyframe of the bird body layer. Remember that you have it right here. The second position is this one. Okay? Press the period key in your keyboard to zoom into this one position panel until you can see the motion path. In my case, I'm going to make this one smaller so I can take a look to it. Now I'm going to press the space bar and hold it with the mouse. And I'm going to drag the hand right here. Let's see how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to change the path that it has by pressing this point. And I'm going to place it here. Maybe there was no need to move the bird, sorry. I'm going to move this one only. So you can see that there's like a different path. So see how the bird now moves in an arc from its start to its end point, and you can create really complex animations simply by adjusting the motion path between keyframes. In the next step, you're going to add more realism to an animation using the scale property. Now let's see what we have done. I'm going to press and go to the beginning. I'm going to press enter. Woo! There you go. Sorry for my woo. Now you have a challenge because I need you to practice. So in real life, the perceived size of an object increases as it gets closer, right? As it is getting closer to us, it gets a bigger size. See if you can animate the bird scales property to make it look bigger and bigger as it flies into the scene. And that's the challenge because we're going to continue using the same file. See you in the challenge solve video.